What was that like for you when y'all touched down in New York and you realized it's time for Better get busy out here? You got some business you got to be handling now.
Hey, it was scary. I don't remember my age, but I remember that the guys were still in high school. At least 3 of the guys were still in high school, and it was just me and them moving to Manhattan. Our first apartment was on 56 and Broadway. We're right there, like 3-4 blocks down from Times Square, right across the street, basically from the Tonight Show, and it was a total different world. Now it was my responsibility to, first and foremost, keep them safe, get them to and from the studio. I was a nervous wreck. Who am I at 23 years old to take care of 4 young dudes from Cleveland Avenue in the one of the biggest cities in the world?
Y'all over there with Bad Boy with one of the biggest, craziest labels in the world at the same time too, man. So what was that whirlwind like, being in the midst of all of that greatness?
Well, first and foremost, let me say this. You have to understand the time. New York was on fire.
Yeah.
Bad Boy was on fire. Hip-hop was on fire. The South wasn't on fire. The South was bubbling. The South was bubbling with Outkast. The South was bubbling with TLC, with ABC, Crisscross. I had seen a lot of New Yorkers come to Atlanta to fuck with JD and to fuck with Dallas. So I understood that we were contributing, but we weren't on top. So we kind of, I'm from College Park. I got a chip on my shoulder. You know what I mean? I represent and have always represented College Park. I never, ever said to anybody, I'm from Atlanta. No, I'm specifically from Old National in college in Flat Shoals Road. That's where I'm from.
Yes, sir.
So moving to New York, we had our chest out because we were not only representing ourselves, but we were representing Southeast Atlanta, Cleveland Avenue, and College Park. We was gonna represent that shit to the fullest. Was no, you ain't finna punk us, even though these are kids.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a young man, very young man, still could be considered a kid.
Yeah.
But it was like, we had a point to prove. Like, we weren't going to leave that motherfucking city without having hit records.
Yeah.
Without having fucking success. Period. And if it had not been for us moving to New York, I don't think we would have accomplished those things. New York really raised us.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you ever, for some people, it's stressful even going to New York.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For 2 days.
Yeah.
We lived there. We caught cabs. We learned how to catch cabs. The first studio we worked in was the Hit Factory on 54th Street between 8th and Broadway, which was a historic studio.
Yeah.
The Hit Factory, the first Hit Factory. And the people we were coming in contact with, we were fans of. Like Mary J. Blige would be in there working. Faith, of course, who was instrumental in us getting signed, Faith Evans. So she was a friend. Biggie, who was very super supportive of us and just embraced us. I'll be sure we worked with him, and it was just mind blowing because it's like,
My God.
Yeah, this the city.
Dealing with folks like Biggie Smalls, man, right now you see him as the myth and the legend, but as the person, what kind of person was he like?
The funniest, comedic, fun, loving person you could have ever met. And I say this, you know, Monday they said was Christopher Wallace Day because the only Christopher we acknowledge is Wallace.
Yeah.
And being able to discuss certain stories and interactions with him or about him and the memories of just what a kind person he was and what a cool dude. And even though he seemed to be, sitting on top of the world with his success, seeing him and his determination and work ethic to be competitive in New York City. You know what I mean? Be competitive when you have a Nas, you have a Jay-Z, you have a Wu-Tang, you have a, you know what I mean? You have these motherfuckers who are called higher level lyricists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? High level lyricists. So even Craig Mack, like it was all just Craig Mack, Total, Biggie. We moved there when they were all hot.
When you see the documentaries about those times and stuff like that and being able to witness that thing on the front row, what goes through your mind when you relive those times knowing that you was there to experience it?
I'm bad boy for life. Mm-hmm. That's just what it is. I am bad boy for life. I'm damn near the fifth member of 112. New York is my second home. Of course, the homies in L.A. might be like, what? New York is my second home. And it's just love, man. I met some of the most incredible people in New York, from Groovy Lou to Mike B., Sybil Penix. I can go on and on about Von Zip, the OG legend Zip, D-Dot Angeletti, the Hitman, Nasheem, Chucky Thompson, Chucky Thomas. Before there was even a Daddy's House. Daddy's House was a shell of no walls and just wood and sitting on cement boxes cement buckets and paint buckets and shit like. That's home. So anybody and everybody that was affiliated with Bad Boy from that time, I feel like we're family because we accomplished some shit that can never be taken away from us.